And now my office is even more trashed than it was before. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple. Today I'm in my office. After seeing how good the guest room, aka the doom room, turned out after the big declutter in there, I've decided I want that for my office too. This room is not quite as cluttered up as the guest room was, but it's still pretty bad. So it's going to take more than a day to get it done. But I'm going to show you today what I've already gotten done. And if you've got a room that you'd like to declutter, come on, we can do it together. It's always more fun when you do things like this together. And you can let me know in the comments how your progress is going as well. I got the stuff cleared out of the middle of my office, but it's still a mess. There's piles of stuff and stacks of stuff, and things are all crooked and cockeyed and whopper-jawed, and it's just not a room that is very conducive to thinking and creating and working in. So I need to do some more working. I need to do some more decluttering. The place I'm going to start is this stack pile whopper-jawed mess over here. I'm going to take a little at a time into the spare bedroom and start going through it. But so that I don't end up getting that room all messed up again, I have to clean up after each time. That's my rule for myself. But a little at a time, we're going to get this office at least so that it's not such a distraction when I want to work in here, and not such an eyesore when I walk past it. I don't want the spare bedroom to get messed up again, so to limit how much I brought in here, I grabbed a laundry basket and filled that up. That should be plenty to go through in any session, and if I did get interrupted for some reason or had to quit, I could throw what's left back into the laundry basket and take that back out of here. I also brought a bin that I can put things in that I'm going to put away elsewhere in the house, a little box for donation and giveaway items, and a bag for trash. So that should be plenty. This is what I'll be going through for the first session. If it doesn't take very long, I can always go get some more to go through. I've already found an empty shoebox and a shoebox that's almost empty. It's got index cards in it. I don't think I need to take up that much space for those index cards. I'm going to take the index cards out, and the box can go. Some of you may be familiar with the Fly Lady. This is her book from 2002, Sink Reflections. If you're familiar with the Fly Lady, then you may be familiar with Pam Young and Peggy Jones, the Sidetrack Sisters. This is their book, Happiness File. I think I have their first book, also Sidetracked Home Executives, but I haven't run across it in my decluttering yet. But I do still have my shoebox system. This is what they called the Happiness File. It was index cards. I have a big pile of index cards that I'm decluttering from my Happiness File. So this is what is left. Includes some blank index cards. And I have these index cards that I took out of that box earlier. So I'm going to put all of those in together, and I'll put this down with my office supplies in the basement. I have a few things I'm going to give away, a few things I'm going to put away, and I'm going to keep my Happiness File shoebox. But I emptied out the shoeboxes in the bin, and this is what I came up with to let go of. Now I'm going to clear all this away so my guest room won't be left in a mess. Did a quick reset on the bed, and now I'm going to go in and grab a few more items to go through today out of that office. For round 2, I grabbed this bin full of stuff, this decorative box, a couple of bags, and this copy paper box. Let's see what we got inside these. This is a comic strip my hubby cut out of the paper for me because he knows I love reading. So I'm going to hang on to that. I'm going to put it with my books. This decorative box only had one thing in it, this stress ball. So I took that out and transferred the love letters and other memory items that I had in this box over into the decorative box. It just barely fit those, so I'm going to have to find something just a little bit bigger, but at least now I know kind of what size I need. And I'm putting this box to better use. Do you ever come across some stuff and just wonder why in the world you kept it? Well, there you go. I have no idea. But I did. I think I was working on some junk journals. Probably kept these for scraps for something, but I'm not doing those anymore, so I can let it go. I went through the bag just to make sure there was nothing in there that I did need to keep. There was nothing in there that I need to keep. I'm not going to do whatever craft it was that I was doing at the time, and in the past I would have hung on to that to use for some other craft, or maybe thinking I might get back around to it, but I'm not doing that anymore. If I decide to do a junk journal again, there will be plenty of junk coming through the house that I can use for whatever current project I have. I don't need to hang on to this just in case. So I'm letting it all go. This looks like some more junk journal stuff. I'll go through it just to make sure I didn't stick anything else in here. But if that's all it is, this is going to go too. It's a bunch of stuff that I was saving to do a craft that I'm never going to get around to doing. So I'm going to let all of that go. But I'm not going to show you yet, because the organized pineapple invited me to do a 222 item declutter from our homes on February 22nd, 2/22/22. So I'll be showing you all of that stuff on the 22nd. And I'm not including all of the trash. I'm getting rid of that stuff now. We've already started gathering our 222 items, so if you want to join us in this challenge, start gathering your 222 items too. You don't have to wait till the 22nd to do that. But if you want to wait till the 22nd, that's okay too. Meanwhile, I gotta clean this mess up because I can't leave all this sitting on this bed making a mess in this room. And the guest bedroom has been reset once again, so it'll be pretty, not cluttered, when I walk past it. And just so you can see, I have made quite a bit of progress already. It's not done yet, but it does look a lot better than it did when I started today. I filled up my laundry basket again with stuff to go through from my office. I don't know if I'll get through it all because I only have an hour and I'm not really sure what's in here. Could be a little, could be a lot. But whatever I can't get through, I can take it back into my office so I don't mess up this room. I got everything from the laundry basket spread out onto the bed. I have a couple of bins. One is for things that I'm going to put away somewhere else in the house. The other bin is for things I'm going to be letting go of. And I have this book. I can go ahead and put that on my bookshelf because I do want to read it. As far as these little containers go, it looks like at least one or two of them have a lot of trash. So I'm going to go through those first and get rid of as much trash as possible. And then I'm going to do like Dana K. White says, and I'm going to go through the others really quickly and see if there's any trash I can see quickly to get out of those, since I'm on a time crunch right now. I'm not watching the time really, or, well, I'm kind of watching the time, but I'm not using a timer or anything like that. I just know that I only have about an hour to go through this, and it may only take a few minutes, but just in case, I'm going to get as much out of here as quickly as I can. That bin was full of nothing but trash. More stuff that I had been saving to use in my junk journals. I'm no longer doing the junk journals, so I no longer need to hang on to any of this stuff. This little bin had 3 pieces of trash in it, but the rest of it can go downstairs in the basement with my office supplies. This basket just had some cards in it, so I looked through them, and these are cards that I chose to keep when I decluttered cards a while back. Each of these cards has something special written in it, so I want to hang on to them. But I'd like to find a better place to keep them than in this wire basket. So for now, I'm going to put them with our pictures, our photos, because I'll know that's where I've put them. And as I find more cards with something special written in them, I can put them in the same place. And when I get around to going through pictures, I can also find a permanent home for the special cards that I'm choosing to keep. This bin had some trash in it and a few more things for me to put away with my office supplies. I have a whole bin full of stuff to put away. A lot of it is going to go in my office supplies. I have some things that I'm going to give away, and I'm going to be showing you those when I do my 222 item declutter on February 22nd with the organized pineapple. I got all of those little bins emptied. I got this trash bag emptied, and I have a bunch of trash to go in the recycle and just a couple of pieces to be shred. I got everything cleared off the bed, and I should have just enough time to get this stuff put away. There's not a lot left, so I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of it into the guest room and go through it. Maybe I can get this thing cleared off today. I've already got my bins out for the things I'm going to put away and the things I'm going to be giving away. And I took some things that were in those drawers out and put them in another drawer in the office because I knew they stayed in the office. So there was no need to bring them in here just to take them back in there. The rest of it, though, I don't know what's in it, so I'm going to go through it. It looks like this box has a variety of things in it, so I'm going to have to go through it, see what there is, and decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to let go. This blue bag had a quilt in it. It's the little doll quilt. I don't think it's a baby quilt. I think it was the doll quilt that my grandmother made for me when I was a little girl. She was always sewing, and so she always had pieces and stuff, and she'd just make things out of them. Nothing ever went to waste, so she pieced together a little quilt. And on the back side, it has these little kitty cats. So this is special, so I will be keeping that. So let's see what else is in this bin. I think it's probably another empty box. This one's definitely an empty box. Some stuffing. Looks like maybe some crafty stuff. So I don't know. It's not too awfully full. A couple of baskets and some fabric. This should be pretty easy. It didn't take very long to get through all that. Most of it is either going to get put away or given away. Had a little bit of trash and some empty boxes that I'm going to be putting out in the garage to use in my driveway giveaways. But the rest of it, I'm just going to put everything away. I'm going to put this sewing box in the basement. I didn't go through it yet. I'm going to put it with my other sewing stuff and go through all of that at the same time. These boxes are the ones that are going to go in my driveway giveaway stuff so that I can have boxes when I need them. And that little bin is empty, and those drawers are empty. I do have a use for those, though. And I have a bin for donations or giving away, and I have a bin for putting away, and then I have a little pile of trash and a plastic bag. The bed is cleared off and ready for more decluttering tomorrow, because that's what I use it for between guests. And right now, we're not having any guests. So that's pretty much all it gets used for. That and the cats like to sleep on it now.
Piles of stuff and stacks of stuff, all cockeyed and whopper-jawed. Tangled up and mangled up, a twisted mix to haul. All of it has got to go, except the part that stays. And if it stays, it has to go where it's put away.
I wonder which one I should start working on next. Maybe over here? We'll see. I'll find out tomorrow. Just whatever the mood strikes, that's what I'm going to do. I might do that, but I don't know. Kind of thinking this. Maybe get started on this over here. That's a pretty big mess.